from the Conscious Party box, and I just thought I would show you what you get in our Christmas table decoration pack. So I've got my head cut off so I can see slightly. So if you've ordered one of our packs, this is a simple demo on what you've got in there and how to use it. If you haven't ordered one of our packs, this is a way of you finding out what's in there and see if it's of interest to you. So your box will arrive. When you open your box, everything we use is reusable, recyclable, or compostable. So you will have a brown paper lined box. You will have some fresh eucalyptus, some pussy willow, some rosemary sprigs, and of course some Christmas pine. So there's another bit of rosemary there. We'll just pop all of those out of the box. Then inside there's another box. Let's get rid of this. And then inside this box you will have all your other trims. So again, this is paper lined with some jute string, so you can recycle the paper, you can reuse the string. And then inside there you'll have 5 beeswax candles, so 2 tall, 3 shorter, a length of hessian as a table runner, a little hessian bag which has inside it brown wooden stars, and then inside the bag of delights we've got orange and lime slices. I don't know if you can see those for a bit of colour. We've got some gold seed pods, another gold seed pod there, and we've got pine cones. We've got 2 types, we've got plain and we've got white tipped. So again, you've got a variety of colour there. Be careful putting it all out. And then the last thing, which is buried at the bottom, I can get to it, hang on, more fruit slices, are some little wooden discs. So these are decorative, but they also can double up as candle stands if you don't have candlesticks. So I'll just get all these bits out of the way, and then I'm just going to show you the beauty of these kits is the fact it's all fresh, but also it's so simple to create a stunning Christmas table. So I'm just going to show you quickly what I would do. So I'm working on an oblong table. You can also use this on a round table. The hessian doesn't need trimming or edging because part of the beauty of it is the fray. So if you had a round table, you could cut it into 2 lengths and cross them over. It's entirely up to you. It's a really versatile pack. Likewise, if you were, no one's having many parties this year, but if you were having a gathering where it was a bit more casual and more of a buffet, again, you can use this, and you don't have to necessarily set it up as a centrepiece. You can put it to one end of the table. But anyway, here we go. So I'm just going to roll out my piece of hessian, which will act as the base, and obviously we want that in the middle of the table. Now I'm adding to mine some candlesticks that I've got, so these gold candlesticks. The first thing I'm going to do is pop the candlesticks down, like that. Then I'm going to take the pine. We've got 2 big pieces of pine, and then a few sprigs. And I'm just going to lay those down. See, it's so easy. Just to wrap them around the candlesticks. But you can just lay them on the table, it's entirely up to you. And then I've got a couple of shorter ones that I'm just going to put in there. And it's all about just looking at where you've got space and filling the gaps so that you've got a nice full table. So sometimes you have to have a little play around with it to get it right. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is lay out my wooden discs. Now the reason I'm going to do these is because I want them ideally to be flat on the surface. And also, if you're using them for candles, you need to make sure that you can see them when you put the candles in. Alright, next thing for me, I'll leave the candles for a minute. Just going to dot about some of this lovely rosemary. So this is nice because it adds a different colour. It's green, but it's a different level of green. But also it adds another little bit of scent to your table. Now some of the sprigs are small, some of them are bigger. You can just trim these down yourself, depending on where you want to put them. And the reason we've done this is we don't know what table you're dressing, what shape it is, what size it is, so it means you can adapt it. I'm going to do the pussy willow last. Next thing is the eucalyptus. Now, this is a really long stem, beauty of eucalyptus is when you've got a long stem, if you cut above a leaf, you can create two shorter stems and you don't have a funny end bit on it. So I'm just going to trim that one down, pop that one in there, that one in there, that one there. And the other thing that's great about this is that it's not taking up, I mean I've got a long table so mine is quite long, but it's not taking up lots of width on your table because obviously at Christmas there's tons of food coming out and everything else. And so you don't want to then be having to move your table arrangement to accommodate all of the food. Alright, so next thing for me, I'm going to leave, actually I keep saying I'm going to leave the pussy willow. So I'm going to put on some of my gold pods. Seed pods, you just put those in different places. You might find as you add different things that you'll then have to have a little bit of a rearrange for where you've put things. But you can see it is literally, I mean I'm doing this, hopefully it looks nice on your side because I'm doing it from this side so I'm a bit focused over here, but it should work. And the trick actually when you're doing this kind of thing, let's put that one there, is to, when you've laid it all out, walk around the table, just have a little look and make sure you're happy with it. A little gap there. And then it's balanced. So, and then you can just move things around. All right, and then I'm going to add in some of my fruit slices. So you can see everything's just getting laid on. There's no equipment needed. It's so easy. The only thing you need really, if you're going to do a little bit of trimming down, is a pair of sharp scissors or garden secateurs or snips. That's all you need really to make this work. Okay, oh, I've got another pine cone. See, I've got so much stuff. I think I've done it all and I haven't. Where's that one going to go? Let's pop that one in there. Okay, then the little wooden stars are super cute. There's 3 sizes in your bag and they just, you just dot those about wherever you want to put them really. Again, just to add an extra bit of detail and just keeping it really natural. And obviously, if you want to, you can add, if you've got baubles, you can add those. If you've got berries in the garden, we're not saying it has to just be like this, so you can customise it yourself. And then just need to unwrap my candles. And then we'll just pop the candles into the holders. So it's in touch, so I'm using, as I say, these tall candlesticks. So I'm going to use some candlesticks. If you're just using the wooden slices, you can just put them on there. Now a little tip with this, beeswax candles are quite soft, so they can stick, but obviously from a safety point of view, best thing, see that's stuck, best thing to do is to slightly melt the bottom of the candle and then hold it on to the wooden piece and it will hold in place. So let's get the smaller candles out. And then if you do choose to use candlesticks, obviously you're creating a bit more height on the display, but you've got 2 different heights of candles anyway, which means you have some high and some low, even if you're using all the wooden blocks. So let's just put one in there, we'll have a little one down there. And then last thing for me is the pussy willow, so I'm just going to pop that in, super simple. And because of the materials that we've given you here, they're going to stay fresh for a few days because they don't need a lot of water, but even once they start to dry out, they're still going to look lovely because they just slightly change, but they still retain their shape and they still retain their colour. So there we go, that is a super simple, effective, stylish table display made with a party box, a Christmas box from the Conscious Party.